All right, guys, couple things. First of all, I'm telling y'all this right here, Harvey Freebird works for the government. He's working for the city, the county, the district attorney's office. They only put bogus charges on him. They won't put no real ones. And trust me, there are some real crimes that he could be charged with that they would have to take to court, but they don't do that. They make it look like they don't like him, but I want y'all to understand something. How many people in Galveston right now have lawsuits against the Galveston County Jail? I want y'all to hear what Harvey has to say about the Galveston County Jail here, because y'all are liars. We don't need jail reform in Galveston. Harvey said so. Okay, but listen, Harvey should be arrested for what he has done to a civilian out of retaliation for that civilian calling the police to secure the neighborhood. If you live in Galveston, do not call Galveston police, because first they're going to try to get you killed by the crowd. They're going to get this motherfucker right here to try to get you killed. But I digress. Listen, they do nothing about the retaliation. But I want y'all to hear what he has to say about the Galveston County Jail. Okay?
Okay.
Hey, they treated me real well in here too, man.
Really?
I've been to Fort Worth jail.
Really? Yeah, you can. Yeah, get back up in here.
The staff, I got put in the Fort Worth jail one time, and the staff in there tried to have me murdered. But they actually treated me pretty good in this Galveston County jail. It's the best jail I've ever been to. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a shithole dump in there, man.
It is a shithole dump, but if you compare it to all the other places I've been, it's not that bad.
Okay.
Y'all heard what he said now. Y'all need jail reform in Galveston, really? Harvey Freebird, he worked for Bell and Yancey. He worked for Craig Brown and Brian Maxwell. He working for the Galveston County District Attorney's Office. He's undercover fucking confidential informant. Y'all can believe me if you want. You believe me if you want. I've dealt with somebody just like this. I have seen the exact same thing happening here. There was no fucking cell phone cameras and all that shit back then. They wasn't popular like they are now. Okay? But I guarantee you, I watched somebody go through this exact fucking same shit, and I did not learn that he was a confidential informant till after I was on trial, after 2 years of it. Okay? Harvey Freebird, Robert Harvey, is working as an undercover confidential informant. His job is to party with you, have a good time with you, drink, do drugs, hang out with these guys, go back and report everything he knows to the DA. He has a boss, and his bosses are telling him what to do. Hear what he says about the Galveston County Jail, knowing Ruiz even has lawsuits probably against the Galveston County Jail for the way they treat people. People have died in intake, but they have an agenda. And they're using Harvey Freebird for their agenda. Like I said in my video, Harvey, don't worry. The people you work for, they need you a lot more than what any cop may hate you. Don't worry. Just like I told you, they've already dismissed them charges because they won't put real charges that'll stick on Harvey, only bogus charges, okay?
Still shithole dump.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Okay. Let's get that.
All right, guys. All right. Okay.
And the staff in there tried to have me murdered, but they actually treated me pretty good in this Galveston County jail. It's the best jail I've ever been to. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a shithole dump in there, man.
It's the best jail I've ever been to. I'm not gonna lie. Anybody knows Harvey knows that he's been in several jails right across the state of Texas. Okay, so if the Galveston jail is the best jail he's ever been to, that means, okay, it's a jail. It's meant for punishment, but it's not really a bad jail. It's a good jail. You do not need reform in Galveston for your jail. So all you lawsuits that you got going on against it, dismiss them now. Harvey Freebird is the new law in Galveston. Okay, do not call the police. You just give them what they want. Matter of fact, just go and give him the fucking keys to your house. Because you can't defend yourself. And if he wants to retaliate against you, he's allowed. I am a victim of this motherfucker right here. Okay? Because he didn't like a bill that I was working on. And C.J. Grisham, he says, this bill shits on the First Amendment. It's garbage and he can get a better AI writer. See, what I did was I wrote it, I studied, I did this. I spent at least 100 hours looking up all these fucking case laws. I wrote it. Then I put it in the fucking AI and let it rewrite it, what I wrote. Then I said, no, I don't like it. And I said, I don't like this, I don't like that. And I put that in there and I changed it again and re-added and I did this and then I worked on that bill. The reason why C.J. Grisham does not like that bill is because it takes the authority of rulemaking for public meetings out of the hands of the municipalities with these city councils got a bunch of fucking morons on it. Puts it in the hands of the state legislator. Our Texas state legislator, they are top-notch lawyers, many of them. Many of them are top-notch lawyers. Greg Abbott himself was a judge on the Texas Supreme Court. C.J. Grisham does not like my bill because it takes the authority of the rulemaking out of the hands of the city, which will take the ability to say, hey, you violated my client's rights on your city council public meeting. I want $40,000, what I get 40% of, my client gets the rest. And they pay it on demand because it's true. But if you put that authority in the hands of the state enjoys sovereign immunity. It's a little harder to sue. Plus, my bill is withstanding. CJ can't contest it legally. That's why he wants to insult me. Because he does not want nobody hurting his right to make an easy payday. He is not serving our rights. He is not serving the Most High God of truth. C.J. Grisham serves the God of money. Okay? If he served the God of truth, he wouldn't, oh, I hate you because you want to speak the truth. Okay? C.J. Grisham serves the God of money. Harvey right here just said that we do not need it, but this is Harvey. A deadbeat dad, a dope fiend, drunk alcoholic, spent his life doing nothing but drugs. Woo! He raised his son till he was 6 years old. His son is 26 today, and Harvey's still paying fucking back child support. So, or he just paid it off when his son was 25. But remember now, Harvey raised his son till he was fucking 6 years old. Yeah. Okay? Harvey spent his life as a dope fiend, deadbeat piece of shit, drunk alcoholic. Look at his fucking record. I worked mine away. Harvey's the good person. I'm the scumbag. That's what I got for all you motherfuckers. Hey, but y'all heard what he said. No need for reform in Galveston County Jail. With that, I'm out. By the way, this here is Nick Gilmore, Texas Tyrant Slayer, which this name right here, see, Harvey decided that Nick needed a new name for his channel. This was Harvey's decision to make this name, okay? Harvey made a clown out of Nick. And for those of y'all remembered when Nick got arrested, even though it was a bogus arrest, Nick was crying like a baby. Please, please, Caldwell, please, please, let me get a cite and release. Please, please. And Nick pulled strings. He called his brother-in-law, who's a police officer, a detective, and that's how Nick got out within 2.5 hours, while Harvey, Bruce, and Austin all sat in that fucking jail for 24 hours. Nick got out quick and easy because he used his brother. They need to arrest Nick and keep his fucking ass in there for 24 hours and not give him no preferential treatment. Treat him like they treat me. And how come Harvey was released right away? Harvey was released within 1 hour after his fucking bond was paid. I paid my bond. Them motherfuckers made me wait 10. Why? Because when them cops arrested me, I told them there's a bunch of fucking clowns wearing clown suits, pieces of shit motherfuckers. I told them what they are. I was disrespectful to the police. That's why I was arrested. That's why my shit was dismissed pro se. By the way, Ruiz, Attorney Ruiz, Mr. Ruiz, Harvey's lawyer, his Democrat lawyer, I went into his office wearing a Trump shirt. That was a mistake. That pissed him off. Okay? But he straight up told me to plead guilty to the disorderly conduct, take anger management and several other things, write an apology to the police, and he would get the trespass dismissed. The trespass, I got it dismissed pro se. The disorderly conduct, to give credit where credit is due, I took C.J. Grisham's work, and I pretty much plagiarized what he wrote word for word, along with stating everything that took place, that the body cam footage would verify, okay? I had a right. I was engaging in my First Amendment right, and I was arrested for it because the police didn't like it. Okay? I had the facts. But your JP court is crooked. They refuse. We're not dismissing this, and we're not giving you your exculpatory evidence. We're going to deny you all your evidence. You can go to trial with the police report against the DA, the prosecutor, the police officer, and the judge. No jury even. That's what they tried to tell me. I had to file several motions. I had the case beat. I filed several motions. I was ready to argue it whenever I went in there for my argument, but I seen a friend of mine was a lawyer out there in the hallway. She said, "You want me to argue it for you?" And she got up there and she was like, didn't know what the fuck she was doing. I was like, "What the fuck, man? I let you read the shit outside. All you got to do is read my dismissal," but she didn't do that. She didn't study the cases like CJ probably thought it was fucking AI, which it wasn't. What I did was the fucking work. I did the research, CJ Grisham, so fuck you, man. Okay? Even though it was your fucking work I plagiarized that actually got it dismissed. I hired that bitch for a jury trial because the DA refused me exculpatory evidence. But I gave her my motion for discovery, what I had. I met with her that night. I spent about 2.5 hours with her. Gave her $3,000. We was going to go to jury trial. She said, $3,000, I'll take you to jury trial for you. I said, all right, let's go to jury trial then. She said, okay, here's a contract, but no matter what happens, if I get it dismissed, you found guilty, you found not guilty, no matter what happens, I get to keep the $3,000. I said, okay. So I gave her all the work that I did. Now, again, a lot of the work I did, it was plagiarized from C.J. Grisham. That motherfucker, he knows that shit, okay? So I went to the people that are the best and stole from them. I took some of his legal writings, which she said that's not against the law. Well, I did. That's legal, okay? But what she did was, bright and early the next morning, she called that prosecutor and told that prosecutor, yeah, she wants my motion for discovery the way it's written. Okay, now, how did I come up with my motion for discovery? I called and talked to one of the top-notch lawyers on the phone, free of charge, and he told me everything that would have to take place to go to trial. So I just used what he told me, and I fucking made my motion for discovery. And in my argument in the big court where they dismissed it with no lawyer, pro se, the trespassing, the real court at the county court, where I dealt with the real prosecutors, they dismissed that shit quick, man. Quick. I actually paid Ruiz $100 to sit there and talk to him for him to tell me that I needed to plead guilty to the disorderly conduct and he would have the trespass dismissed for $3,000. I had to pay him $3,000. I had one attorney was willing to do it at the disorderly conduct for $1,500, but I gave this particular lawyer $3,000 just to take it to a jury trial. But I had something that nobody knows, I really probably shouldn't talk about. She has a consultant who's a retired lawyer who's one of the brightest legal minds in the state. So by hiring her, I actually hired his mind as well. But it wasn't needed. That shit was dismissed. As soon as she called that prosecutor the next morning, she said, listen, I'm going to need his motion for discovery the way it's written. Because in court, as soon as I had her walk up there instead of me, he said, there's no need to argue discovery. I'll send you what you need. And they had already told me I was going to go to trial with the police report, and that's all the evidence I was allowed, the police report. You're out your motherfucking minds, man. But I digress. That's all fact and true. Actually, I did use some of C.J. Grisham, man. You know, I'm being a jackass to him because I don't like his fucking client. But really, he's a bright legal mind, but I think he's a fucking systemic racism is C.J. Grisham. I think he's more for the white man for rights than what he is for the black man. He don't want to give the exact same rights to him. But that's all I'm going to say, man. Fact is, Harvey right here, in this video right here, says we need no jail reform. And with that, guys, I'm out.